Good day everyone, this is Junaid Khan, a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, and today's video is very important because I think this video will impact a lot of people around the globe because this is about the major changes happened in last couple of days in regards to the visitor visa application for Canada. Now this application is getting or has been very popular among the people around the globe because there are more than 2 million applications in process into the IRCC system in regards to the visitor visa application. But people would need to know the major changes before they apply now because it has been implemented already. I'm recording this video in November 2024, so it has been implemented already. So whoever is watching this video and want to apply the visitor visa application after that, they will make sure that what is going to happen with their application. So let's go a little bit into the past, how it was supposed to be done and how it was done before. Is that whenever someone is applying the visitor visa application to Canada, there was one thing very sure in people's mind, that they will get the visa for 5 years. And I have seen people selling it for 10 years as well, that we will get you the visa grant for 10 years for the visitor application. And it was like that before. Even before, when I am applying for someone's visitor application, I cannot tell IRCC that we are applying this visa application for multiple entry 5 years or 10 years. It was then on the immigration officer discretion if they are willing to provide this visa, grant this visa for 10 years, expiry of the passport, or 5 years. So, but 5 years and 10 years were sort of by default at that point. I have not seen people getting visas if their passport is valid for 5 years. I have not seen people getting visas for 1 year or 2 years. There was one chance I have seen it, but 99% people were getting visas, their approvals for at least 5 years. And if somebody has their passport expiration for 10 years, I have seen a lot of visas, including my own clients, they have been approved for 10 years and their visitor visa valid for 10 years. But according to the recent changes, the Honorable Minister Marc Miller come up with the plan that now onwards, it is going to be on immigration officer discretion that he or she might allow you the visa for single entry, which was not there before. It was always a multiple entry visa. If you're getting a visa for 1 year or 2 years before, you can come in and go back as many times that you want, as long as you're following the policies of your travel. But now this is not the case anymore. It is going to be completely your immigration officer discretion that whoever is working on your file from the IRCC department, it's up to them. If they allow you to have a single entry visa, if they allow you to have a multiple entry visa, the visa could be for 1 year, the visa could be for 3 years, 5 years, or even for 10 years. So nothing has been stopped. It was not mentioned anywhere that we have stopped the 10-year visas or we have stopped the multiple entry visas. Everything is still in the plan, but it is now going to be on the immigration officer discretion according to your file whenever they're working on it. So they will find out if you will be granted a visa for single entry or you will be granted a visa for multiple entry, but the number of years could be shrinked. The number of years could be 1, could be 2, could be 5, or could be 10. This is still in the plan. So nothing has been discontinued, but according to this policy, the change is on immigration officer now, whoever is working on your file at that point. So what I have seen before, normally whenever I apply a visitor application for somebody's parents, somebody's Canada, want their parents to come visit in Canada, I have seen 99% chances them getting approved for at least the expiration of their passport. If their passport valid for 10 years, so they'll get the visa for 10 years. Similarly, with the blood relatives, I have seen siblings of the people in Canada. They were getting their visa approved for again multiple entry, 5 years or 10 years as well. And similarly, if someone is going for a conference or a seminar, or if there's any important event they have to attend in Canada, they were getting visas for at least 5 years as well. Now it is not going to be the case. So the immigration officer discretion could be giving you a single entry visa according to your purpose of visit. So I think, and I feel like it is completely going to be according to what you have submitted to IRCC. Let's say, I feel like, again, this is not confirmed yet, and I haven't received any results on my application after this policy. But what I've seen is there are chances that people who have siblings in Canada or parents who have their kids in Canada, they will be getting the visas for a longer period of time. And if someone is coming with the plan, or their purpose of visit is basically according to the single entry could serve the purpose of their visit, they might get a single entry visa or multiple entry for less years or more years. While talking about the visitor visa application, I would also again point out some of the key factors which you should always think about before you apply your visitor application. I have made several videos on it, but I still want to give you the brief hints what should be there in your application for IRCC to consider your approval. You should have definitely your documentation ready, whatever is required, because other than the required documentation, there are no chances of getting it approved. So you have to make sure that whatever is required, you are putting in your application. Second most important thing is, while filling up your forms, there are 3 forms for this application. While filling up your forms, you have to be very, very clear about what you're putting into it. So basic information is very straightforward. It is your information, your ID number, your passport number, names. Make sure the spellings are right. But when you are filling up, when you're answering the questions what IRCC is asking, and most importantly, some people have made the mistakes on answering these questions that, have you ever been refused by any country? Make sure you write it. And make sure you read it well. It's not asking about Canada only, it's asking about overall. If you have been refused from US, if you have been refused from Canada, and there is no harm mentioning it. Trust me, there is no harm mentioning it. They already have that information, but they're asking you so that you're not misrepresenting anything. So make sure you let them know. I have people getting approved after 7 refusal on the visit visa application. It happened a couple of months ago. There was 7 refusals on file. All of them have mentioned their forms, and then they got approved on their 8th application. So there's nothing wrong to be refused earlier. There are multiple grounds, as long as you are not inadmissible to Canada. If you have been refused on financial points or purpose of visit or family ties, there's nothing wrong. You can reapply with a stronger letter of explanation. So coming back to the points, make sure the forms are right. The statement of purpose is very important. You have to state, immigration officer, like, what is the purpose, why this is so important for you to visit Canada at this point or this particular time. And you have to make them understand your urgency to visit Canada. Other than that, it is difficult to get it approved. So your purpose of visit is very consistent. It's very precise. I don't want you to write a letter of 7 pages or 8 pages. Just write consistently a page or 2, 1,000 words or even less than that, I would say. And if you do have people who are inviting you from Canada, you make sure you add a letter of invitation, and that letter of invitation would also need to have all the necessary information IRCC required from the invitee. And the most importantly, your funds. You have to be financially sound to take care of that trip, and that is very important as well, because if you are planning to apply from anywhere, Canada has been a distant country, so you have to make sure that you can afford your flights, you can afford your trip completely. So these are the most important point that one should definitely consider and take care before applying for your application. There has been a lot of changes on the immigration plans as well. I will also be making the videos about that, but I feel like this is not the end of the changes. I feel like there are multiple other changes in upcoming weeks or upcoming days. I will definitely keep you guys posted about it, because these are the changes. Let's say if you have everything ready today, you are about to submit your visa application, everything ready today. Most of the immigration changes happening from last couple of weeks or months, I would say, or I would say in 2024, most of the information we have been told by the Marc Miller, the Minister of Immigration Canada, has been effective immediately. So there are no gaps in it. It's not like we're telling you this information today, but you have 1 month. So if you have your application ready, you can put it in without making the changes. No, most of the information will have been changes has been effective immediately. That means that if you have your application ready today and the change happened today, now you have to change your application according to what has been changed. So you have to update yourself before putting in your application. You have to make sure, refer to CICC website, see all these changes, make sure your application, what you are putting in, is basically up to the mark according to all the changes and the policies happened in last couple of days. And of course, if you require any help, you can definitely see our contact information in those videos. We would definitely help you out with that. And thank you very much for watching this video.